Right, quick audio test. That's working. Right. So it's been a while since I've been doing really any kind of electronics building for the paranormal scene. I have actually been doing some, and I've been ordering stuff on the internet from AliExpress and eBay and YouTube and other places. um, I've not been able to do the videos because I completely forgot all about it, for one, for unboxing stuff. I know some people like watching unboxing and unpacking videos. Well, I do apologise, but I completely forgot all about doing them. I've been getting back into electronics over the last couple of months, but I've not really been doing too many builds. So I've had to wait for packages to arrive from AliExpress and other places. So the only thing I have done, where's my last video? I did a video on some basic EM pumps, which I've been building. And I did build a few other little bits and pieces as well. Seems to keep misleading stuff. So these are two new builds I've built over the month. It's a DC box with a temperature gauge built into it. I've made these before, but I've got these boxes off eBay. You wanted £30 for 5, but I was watching them and they gave me a deal for £20 plus postage. So I bought some of these orange boxes. They're not brilliant, but you know, they do the job. And you see, like, I've done it so it's got like 2 LEDs on there. I had a problem trying to get those working. They kept blowing until I put some resistors on. And the DC box, it kind of works, but for some reason I get more up here on the battery than down here. So I've got to actually do some repair work on that one. And this is a EM pump I built. The battery's gone flat as usual, so I tend to keep leaving them turned on. So let's get another battery out. I know this is supposed to be unpacking. I will be doing unpacking in a moment. I just want to show you quickly some of the builds I've been building. And I might be knocking some of these out later. I don't know yet. So I've got to open this up because there is a problem with it. The motor is spinning a bit too loud in there. And again, a little flashlight on there as well. So I'm going to open it up later and sort that out. Probably do it tomorrow. And also do a little repair job on that one tomorrow as well. Built a basic EM pump as well. These ain't my basic ones. This is like me step 2. Because me step 1 are these ones. And I'm actually waiting for the 9-volt battery things, because not 9-volt, the 3-volt AA battery component thing, because this one broke. And I don't have any spare ones, so I'm waiting for those to turn up. They could be in one of the bags behind me, I don't know. But these were in basic ones. Then I went on to these ones. And then this is one of my other ones I originally built, being that one. I've had this working 8 years. 8 years it's been going. And it hasn't, well, I'll say it hasn't failed on me. It kind of like messed around with the battery component thing. And it was just a loose wire. So I was able to sort that out. The other one I built is similar to that, but I've done it that way around. and it's not too loud. You know, it does make a hum, but it's not bad. The reason I've been building these because I've got a school investigation coming up next weekend, Saturday the 10th. I really wanted to try to be there and do like a whole night, but the staff ain't willing to be there, you know, from like 8 till 6 in the morning. So it's going to be like from 7 till 12, something like that. So there will be a video up on my paranormal channel once it's been done. So most of my builds are for the paranormal scene, ghost hunting. So that's that. I've managed to get this one working as well now. I had a lot of problems with this one, but I've got it working now, and that's enough, just like another EM pump with a light detector. The shadow goes past it during the daytime, close up, and it lights up the LED. So it's like a little kind of like shadow detector thing that I worked on quite a long time ago. And this one was under production for quite a few years actually. I just couldn't find the right motor controller board to actually get it working properly. DC box built into a box. Now I just done an eBay search on this, and this box is worth like 70 quid. And I went and screwed it up by putting a DC box in it. But you know, it's got age, it's a rarity, it's a cigarette box. If I was to sell it, I'll probably be asking about 70, 80 quid for it, because you know the box alone is worth the money. Although you can't really put cigarettes in there anymore. But it's an old rare box, and it does work. And it's got a 10mm LEDs in it. So that's another one I built over the last few months. I did buy a load of like project boxes as well, which I'm working on building a few other bits and pieces eventually. When, I do not know. It's all down to time, effort. I did start building another kind of like device, but I put this hand the wrong way round. And if I put a battery in it, which I can't do because I ain't got the cable for it, it's up there somewhere. It was going to be like another EMF meter, but the EMF meter display I accidentally put round the wrong way round. This one I'd have to keep myself because I've made the hole a bit too big up there. And I've got a crack there as well. These boxes I've got off another website. He sent me these ones because the ones I originally ordered, he had ran out. So he sent me these ones which were slightly bigger for no extra cost. So I will probably get some more later, but I say these ones are kind of a little bit flimsy and they can crack if you're putting too much pressure with a little Dremel. Right, so unpacking time. I've already unpacked some of them, opened some because I need to find out what was in what. These I've had for not long. I have actually started doing an EM pump, which has got the analog meter, but for some reason it just keeps like overloading. I think it's because it might be running under a 9-volt battery, and when it overloads, it just goes right to the end. And I'm trying to get it so it doesn't go to the end; it goes up to the correct volume. So when I turn it on, and it's not working, I think. Oh, I know, the power leads came out, so I've not been able to sort that out yet. But when I turn it on, as soon as I turn it on, the meat goes straight over to the edge. And this one ain't going to be like sold or given to anyone. It's just my own analog one, because I did make some of these before, but people wanted them, and I gave a few out free of charge to people who wanted them. But I'm not doing that anymore because it just costs way too much money. So I've got some of these. I've got 4 more of these to make some more analog ones. I ordered some more little temperature gauge things. I've got 4 of these, I think, now left. Or was it 5? I'm not sure. 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 left of those. I originally ordered 6 of these. I've got 5 left of those. The white ones that I've put into some of the boxes, I did make 3 of these ones with the white LED temperature gauge things. There's one here, and the motor seems to run a bit too loud on that one, so I've got to do a little repair job on that one as well. Actually, it's where the motor's come apart, it's falling off. Actually, it's falling out, and it hasn't got the magnet in there yet, but the motor actually did slide out, and I need to do a little bit of repair work on this as well. So I need to put the magnet in and put some masking tape, black tape around here so it doesn't short out with the negative and the positive. So that one's nearly finished. So I made 3 of these. I did make another one of these devices. I can't remember what I've done with it. The only thing is with my other one I made of these, it kind of like, I can't get the sensitivity down. So so there's more of a kind of like distance for whatever reflects on the sensors. As soon as I turn it on, it's like, constantly going off. So I did try to turn the controller down on it, but it just didn't want to do it. So that I need to sort out as well when I can find the damn thing. I did actually order some more of these boxes. That's why I built some more of these, because I want them for the store. Yeah, so there's that one that needs to be sorted out and finished off with. And then I've got these 2 which are actually working. And they're not too loud either. I did order, so I can gig on flying on the floor. I did order some more motors, and they've already kind of been sorted out. They were kind of ready to go into some more EM Pump Pros. Right, so the only thing is I ain't got no place to put this stuff now at the moment. It's a bit awkward trying to store stuff. So that's the motors and the temperature gauges. And that's what's in that bag. These are for holding the motors in the boxes itself. So they're actually like little motor holder socket things. These, I've already built a couple of these. They just wait and go into boxes actually. The ones I did get though were in kits, and you had to build them. But what happens is that when you build your kit, you got this. This is what it's like. Well, they actually, you can buy some of them built, but then they've actually done them kits and they try kind of hard to get them already pre-built. But when you do get them pre-built, what I normally do is take the LEDs out, because I don't like it all being one colour, and then I put new LEDs in. So I've got probably about 20 kits in there, and probably about 4 or 5 already built. I do have some other pre-built ones over there somewhere. This bigger one, I know what this is. It's glue sticks I ordered. I am running out of glue sticks, and we all know glue sticks run out rather quickly because of the heat gun. It tends to like over leak. Glue gun always tend to over leak, and when it's over leaking, you've got to buy more and more glue sticks. I think I'll wrap this up, won't I? Like in 3 bags. So yeah, like these are the clear glue sticks, like these ones. But after a while, they go a bit kind of yellowy. So glue sticks is something that I really did need. So I put those in this box, and I put them over there so I know where they are. I do have some up there. I found a couple of small bags of glue sticks the other day, which has 10 in. I think you used to get these at Poundland actually. So I've got those ones up there, because I don't need to get any down at the moment. And when I do run out, I'll just go to the box, and that's it. Now I did have some antennas, but I was running out, so I had to buy some more antennas for me DC boxes and ion detector and whatever I'm going to be building later on. And I think these might be them. No scissors. Thing is, I've got no room for anything. There's so much shit in here, it's unbelievable. Yep. Comes in packets of 5, and I bought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's 40 antennas which I've got, plus the ones which I've got over there. That's about 45 antennas. I like to buy them in bulk because it is cheaper, and you never know when you're going to need them. And I get mine off AliExpress. There's some kits I've been building. I'm not sure they all work. I've got to test them out later. But these ones are mainly for like geo detecting, vibration detecting. So they go up there. 3 more bags. I don't know what these are. I think these might be switches by the feel of things. I did need more switches. Ones I bought over the freeway, you got off, on, off, which was a bad mistake, which I bought off AliExpress. So what I had to do was order more and try to get them so they was off, on. But I think these might be on, off, on. No, they're off, on, off, on. Good. I've got the right ones this time. So I bought these were packing 10s, I think. So I actually got 50 switches, because every time you build something you're going to need a switch. The 50 switches there. Sometimes I like build multi-boxes. I have like 4 or 5 items in one box, so I can get a big enough box. And then, like, you know, sometimes like it's like 5 different switches which you have to use. One on the last one there. I think these might be Peugeot buzzers. So I did order some Peugeots. Now I have got some, but I'm running out. So I thought I'd better get some more. Oh, these are different ones. Oh no, these are on-off switches. Yeah, these are on-off switches. I wanted to try these instead of using those other ones, these type. So there are going to be some bits of equipment I'm going to use with these switches. And I think that's it. So, me unpacking. I've done the switches. That's the antennas. That's the kits. This one is the, yeah, I've done those ones. They're the meters and the black temperature gauges. So I did order 6 of these. I've already used them all. This is the last one I've got enough. Seem to have lost the. Oh no, I ain't. I've got the screws in there. I do tend to keep losing screws when I open the box. Don't know why, but I always tend to lose them. But what I'm waiting on now is me 3-volt battery connectors, which have not turned up yet. So I'm waiting on those bloody things. So this is like, you know, my drilling is really shit. You know what I mean, really shit. So I just like building a few extra ones for myself, my own personal use. If the drill is crap, then the drill is crap. I don't intend to like build anything for anyone else at the moment. I'm running out of these DC boxes. I've got probably about 3 left of those already pre-built. Next thing I need to order is some of these sensors. I've only got 3 left of these, I think, and I want to start building some sensor type of equipment, like the old Boo Bear kind of thing, you know. I did pick up a bear at the car boot fair yesterday, and if you press its hand, it lights up several LEDs inside the bear, and it actually like changes colour. Now what I want to do is modify that, take away that push switch, because that push switch is faulty, and put it so it's more of a sensor type, and do it that way. The only thing is, I think it runs under 4 AA batteries, so it's like 6 volts. So I'm going to have to upgrade it, so it's like 9 volt, and probably do it that way, I suppose. So that's what I got. Oh, I did order some more solder flux, because my other ones are all dried out. I don't know if you can actually reheat it and reuse it, I don't know. So found some more solder in my drawer. So I'm okay with solder at the moment. I was going to order another one of these ones actually, because this is the one I use, but I can't actually tell what one it is. Because when you push that in, it completely tears off the information on it. Hello, Timber. Yeah, like the I'm actually going to be doing a music box myself. Actually, I find that the cost of the music boxes on eBay is a ridiculous price. Now, I've seen them go for like 100 up to £200. Some of them like 800 quid from that Pacific ghost hunting site that builds ghost hunting gear, and for people to pay that type of money is fucking ridiculous. So all it is. It's not the little music boxes you usually get, the turn handle ones. Yeah, you can get them off eBay or probably AliExpress for about $10 each, kind of thing. And I do have a couple knocking around somewhere. I've even got some music boxes I could probably like convert into like sensor motion ones. All you need, there's two ways of doing it. Yeah, there's circuit boards out there where you can actually record anything from 30 seconds up to 2 minutes circuit board, and you can actually put one of those motion sensors connected to the music box, to the music circuit board, stick a switch on, battery component, and you've got your own music box that way. If you want to go a bit more technical, then you buy one of those like little wind up ones, and then somehow you have to put a motor onto it. So, and then the motor's got to be connected to one of the sensors, which I just showed you, the sensor that I'm using, what I might be using later. So that one is a bit more kind of like difficult, and that's the ones that people like. I don't know why. You can download a fucking like a 30-second musical tune off like the web and put it on the circuit board one, and it's going to be a lot more cheaper to do it that way. It depends on if you want to build and sell, kind of thing. I don't build and sell anymore. I've had too much hassle with that, with people causing me so many problems. Not like when I'm actually sending them to people, it's people complaining that I was making money when I wasn't. I want one of the greedy ones out there that was like ripping people off like 30, 40, 50, even hundreds of pounds. Like if I was building like a DC box, which is a small M pod, compatible pocket one, I used to knock them out about £40, £45 max, then stick a 5 on for the postage. And those kits, you can get for about 15 quid now, because they have gone up. I did check. But I know the guy who actually sells them, and what I normally do is I'll get circuit boards, then I'll get him to burn the chips for me, and I just pay for the chip and the circuit board. All of this components I've got, and I don't want to be like spending £12 out or £15 out for the kit. So I used to get the actual boards. These boards these are for the REM pod, yeah. I used to get the board and the chip for a lot less. I think you used to do like the board for like £2, £2.50, and the chip for like 2 or 3 quid. And I used to buy them in like 5 or 10 bulk, kind of thing. And it did save me money because I buy like the 9-volt battery connectors, bulk 50 to 100, LEDs, box of 200 or whatever it is. So I buy them in bulk. The push buttons I buy in bulk. Capacitors you can buy off Amazon, mixed capacitors for like 15 quid, and you get like 200, 250 mixed capacitors. The 555 timers, buy in bulk. These little capacitors, I don't know what these ones are called, the little square kind of like thing. I found out what ones they were, and I bought them off Amazon. The Peugeots, I buy in bulks of 50 or 100. The resistors, I buy in bulk, packs of 100. And then the transistors, find out what ones they are, then I buy the transistors in bulk. So everything on there I buy in bulk, apart from the actual IC and the board. The board, they're already manufactured, he's got them in stock. The IC chip, which is the main one to control the whole board, he burns for me. And yeah, I will save money eventually, because when I asked him if he'd just sell me the board and what's name, because I had everything else in stock for my own personal use, he said, yeah, he'll do it that way. So when I need them, all I've got to do is email him, and he'll do me the board and the chip for half the price, because like I say, these gone up to about 15 quid on the site where I used to buy them. And I used to buy everything and build them and sell them on eBay for about 45 quid. And, I was doing EM pumps as well. And people were buying them, and I was very happy with them until people started calling me shit on here. And, trying to get me done and reporting me for because I don't know a lot about electronics, which I don't really do know a lot about electronics. As long as you know the basics, you're okay with it, kind of thing. But people saying, oh, you don't have any electronic experiences, you got no qualifications, no PhD and all that shit. So I thought, fuck it. And I just stopped selling on eBay. And if anyone wanted something of one of my devices, I say, look, I'll make sure it's working. If you want it, then, you pay me for the, all the parts and everything and a bit on top. And it still work out about 45 quid. But I used to add the postage on, either free of charge or still add it on, kind of thing. And then I stopped doing that. The only ones I ever done for people was free stuff. If you look at Living Dead Paranormal / Paranormal Nightmare TV, I built them a lot of stuff, and I gave to them all free of charge. I even paid the postage free of charge. I gave them ghost boxes. I gave them power sensors. Being this is similar to the pyramid. And my pyramid broke, fell apart, and I found out that the pyramid, which cost me over £120 when I originally bought it, I could get the same fucking technology, would you believe, for 15 quid. And all what it is a reverse car park reverse kit, the sensor kit, So it comes in the box. I can actually show you. I've got one here. Oh, hang on. That's an empty one. I'll make sure that shit don't fall down. So what it is a reverse car security system, and you get these on eBay for about 15 quid. It comes with the actual sensor, the LED, right? Comes with 4 sensors, the control box, the drill bit tool, and the power cable, and the 2 stickers. So what I do is I take this out and I stick it into a project box, and in the project box I either drill the holes for the sensors either on that side or this side. I find it's more better this side, because if a spirit's coming towards you, then you're going to pick it up. If you're using it at the side, then the spirit's got to come to the side. Now, I did build 2 of these for Living Dead Paranormal. Basic one, like this one, but this one ain't a basic one. The basic one wouldn't have the extra antenna, and you wouldn't have that on it, because the basic one was just like that kind of thing. And then Rocky contacted me and said, is there any chance you can actually add a laser grid to that? And I said, I think so, but I'd have to work it out. So after a few weeks, messing around, I was able to build one, and I was able to put like a laser grid on it. So when the sensor went off, it light up the laser. So if anything was walking past it, the laser would light up and it would like capture the shadow of whatever's walking in front of the laser. Now you could either have the laser turned on with the extra control button through this separately on its own box, or you can have it connected to this, having it plugged into that, which the 9 volt, because the laser was running under a 9 volt after a bit of like messing around, and then can like resistors and transistors and shit like that, kind of thing. It wasn't easy, but I did manage to get it working. So I had the second one sent to them free of charge. I made them a multi-box which had an ion detector, a touch sensor, a REM pod, a little flashlight, one my kind of like sound vibration audio detector built into it. It had about 5 or 6 items built into one box. I had that, and I used that on a couple of their videos, and I was getting some really crazy shit. They did use the basic one Lee's in a asylum, and the activity they was getting on that was fucking amazing. And like the ghost boxes, all I done was hacked them. And Rocky goes, "Oh, he made them." I said to him, "I didn't make them. I just hacked them." He goes, "Well, to me, you still like, made them." And they used my ghost box for like 6 years until I got the shitty PSB7. And now they use the PSB7 one with the sensors built into it, which is, I think, a temperature sensor. I don't know. I did have a PSB7 before, but I got rid of it because I didn't like it. So, they started using a lot more different equipment to what I actually sent them. And I sent them about over half a dozen bits of equipment. And if I was to, kept that and sold that, I could have made about 600 quid on it, maybe more. But I wanted to support their channel, and that's what I did do. And all I got back in return, was them to, so on a couple of their videos, this was made by a guy in the UK, and they kind of got my website address wrong. They put a .co.uk when it's meant to have been a com. So on some of the videos, I had to leave a comment saying it's Southwest Ghost UK.co.uk and not a com. It's still up, but I'm getting rid of it because I've got problems with that website. So much spam messages gone through, probably about 10,000 spam messages, which I just cannot clear. So I'm just going to let that website down. As soon as the billing comes, I'm not going to pay it. I'm just going to let it go. 10 years it's been up, and it's got about 10,000 fucking spam messages. And I tried contacting the web hosting developer, and they're not willing to help me out. So I'm just going to let it go, and then I might start a new one up probably later in the year or next year. I don't know yet. But it's a shame because it's been up for 10 years, 8 years, between 8 and 10 years, and it had quite a few million views on it as well. So the ball's still available in bulk. Let me just read what you said. Wait a minute. I'll send you the link to how to build one. What the music box sensor. There is actually a YouTube channel where it shows you how to build them. I think I got it bookmarked, but I can't be 100% sure if I did bookmark it or not. I can't remember. But there was a guy who actually shows you how to build one on YouTube. And he even said on his video that, he's pissed off with the people that, is charging a fortune for a music box when you can buy all the parts and build one for less than $50. I have asked him if he would actually sell to other people, and he said no. He'd only do it to me as a one-off. you could actually find a way of actually like designing your own board similar to it, and then getting the board printed up quite cheap. So there's if you do a YouTube search, yeah, some people have actually built different junior fourman kits, right? And they actually go for the trouble in designing the actual circuit board, and then they leave a link telling you where you can download the actual circuit board, or grab the image of the circuit board, and then you go to one of these PCB companies, and then you can get them. Because like this one, for instance, this is just like a flashing light one, but this one is already manufactured by, you can get these off eBay. But there are kits, well, not kits, but circuit boards where you actually download the PCB thing, and then you go to the actual website of the PCB manufacturer and you just upload the image, and then if they are able to do it, then they'll actually print out the board for X amount of money. Like, I've got kits which I download, like this one here. This is one which I was able to get from a website. Well, not a website, but a YouTube. This is a EMF meter, right? But all the components I had to like buy separately. But he was like good enough to actually show the board and give you the links of the board. And all you had to do is go to the PCB manufacturer, say you want 10 or 20 of them, buy the boards, and then you just buy all the components, and then that's it. But the thing is, I get these boards printed up, I get all the components and everything here, put them all on, I watch the video close up, seeing how he's doing it, and he's worked straight away. Mine never hardly fucking work. So, it's just like, unless you know a lot about electronics, you're going to be a bit screwed. If you email me your address, your email address, you can email me on here actually as well. What is my email address? I can't remember. ITC spiritrealm.gmail. If you email me your email address, all right, email me there, and I'll ask the guy. I can't guarantee you would say yes, but I'll ask the guy if he'd be willing to do what he does for me, sell the boards and the IC chip. You could probably get an IC chip burner and buy these chips offline, because these have to be programmed into by a certain code. Now, he won't give the code out. I know he won't give the code out because I asked him. So I was actually going to buy the actual burner and learn how to burn IC chips. But when he said no, I thought, well, how else can I get the chips, practically even more cheaper? Because you could probably buy the chip in bulk, cheap, and then you can actually copy the code from one which has already been programmed onto a blank chip, and then you can like do it that way. Because that's the way I was going to do it as well. Just get the balls and then get the chips off like a Chinese website. But he said he wouldn't give me code. So I thought, well, maybe even if I still do it, I could probably copy the code from here. But he's locked it, so you can't copy the code from it. So I asked I actually sent a chip to the guy, asking if he can copy the code for me. And, I sent him the chip, and he reckons it's locked. It's encrypted or something, so you can't get the chip. The only people who do it is the company that actually manufactures it. There are other companies that do sell these. Maybe you can just do a Google search and ask them if they'd be willing to sell the board and the chips separately. That's how I've done it. But, if you look around, some companies do sell the complete kits, different prices. Some are £8, some are £10, some are £15. Some are even more expensive. There are different kind of like junior firmware kits out there as well. The only thing I've never been able to do is get it to actually play that one tune singly. I've seen a guy who actually has built his at REM pods, and I think what he does, he puts like one of these, which has got a longer kind of button on it through his through his case, and he just pushes it, and you know it'll play the tune constantly when whatever's been affecting the antenna. So I wanted to do it myself as well, and I thought, so I'll just keep it basic. Not many people's going to want to listen to a fucking tune every fucking 5 minutes. Because sometimes, like with my DC boxes, they used to go off constantly. When I first ever bought those REM pod kits, those junior thermal ones, yeah, I didn't even know really how to use it. I saw it and I thought, well, that looks good. So I found out, what kit I needed. And I originally, honestly and truly bought the full kit before I started buying them separate parts. The first two I built, I wouldn't get nothing on them. Nothing. I thought they was faulty or something until one of my mates said to me, that looks interesting. He goes, I'd buy one off you. Well, I told him how much I wanted one for, for all the kit parts and the cost of the switches, the boxes, the antenna and stuff like that. I said, if you want one, that's how much I want it for. But I can't guarantee it's going to work. So he said to me, Steve, we buy stuff to use in the paranormal, and we can never guarantee, certain parts or certain equipment that we buy won't be used or can't be activated by spirits. So that's why we buy, these devices to see if a spirit will, kind of like communicate and, work through that device and, set it off for us on command or whatever. So I said, all right then, but, if you buy one, you buy it, I'm not going to refund you or anything like that. If it breaks down, then I'll repair it, but I'm not going to be refunding people. So he said, yeah, that's no problem. So I set him one up. And the day he actually got it, he went out and done an investigation. He put it down on the floor. First question he asked, it went ballistic. Because he told me, he told me he'd gone out and done an investigation. He uploaded the video. And I was sitting there watching the video. And when I saw it was going off, I thought, well, what the fuck? How the hell is he getting that going off and I ain't getting it going off on my own? So I emailed him through Facebook. I said, how the fuck is it working for you and it weren't working for me? He goes, well, it's like anything, Steve, you got to teach them, you got to learn, show them how to operate it, mate. Did you do that? I said, no. He goes, well, you tell them how to do it and tell them it's not going to harm them, then I'm pretty sure you're going to get some response off it. So I've done that, and within 10 minutes of turning it on and telling the spirits how to operate it, how to use it, it started going off. I thought, right, it's working. It's working. And I used it for, several months before I thought, I'll get some more kits and then I'll build them and I'll stick them out on eBay and see if people want to buy them. And people were actually buying them. They buy me EM pumps as well. But I never actually sold any of the pro version ones, the ones with the meters on. And it's got a meter and a controller board to control the motor speed. I never sold any of those. It's just like the EM pumps and the static detectors I made. A few static detectors, knocked them out. And everyone that bought stuff off me was really happy. A guy came back to me and said, any equipment you build, let me know, and I'll guarantee you I'll buy it from you. I said, well, I'm not building too much because I don't know a lot about electronics at the moment. I'm trying to learn, but, to build my own equipment. He goes, well, the 3 bits I've had of you, it's been amazing. And this ain't like Dave, this is a guy on eBay. And if I was to build anything, he wanted it, kind of thing. So I made like static detectors, positive and negative. I built the EM pump, the basic ones. I built the REM pods, and then I built like a ion detector with a touch sensor built onto it as well. Stuck a couple of those on eBay, sold those. but they were a bit of a pomp to build, so I stopped building those ones. Because the iron detector, you need certain energy, to manipulate that to set it off. It's like, you get a thunder and lightning, and it set it off. You use a plasma ball, it set it off. And I think sometimes like light switching, the older LED lights, not the LED ones, but the basic lights sometimes set it off. So I sold a couple of those, but that's the only kind of stuff I did sell, I think, on eBay. And people were starting causing me problems, so I stopped selling, and I just built stuff for myself. Then I'd say I built stuff for Paranormal Nightmare TV, gave him a lot of stuff. What else? Gave some stuff away, done like little competitions, which people got, prizes from me. They all got them. Dave Dimlow had several items off me. John Lexley Paranormal, he had a few bits off me. He even had the analog one of these. Yeah, one of those ones, the analog Ian Pump Pros. Even Dave Dimlow wanted one. I just didn't have these. I couldn't find the ones which I originally used on the one that I did for John Lexley Paranormal. But eventually I did find them, and I built one for Dave, and it took like 2 years for me to fucking build him one, and I gave it to him free of charge, kind of thing. But I've learnt my lesson. I don't give stuff out that much nowadays because it costs too much money. And when you do give stuff out, people will say, "Oh, look, I've got this off Steve." They do a video on it, and then you get nasty people saying, "Oh, like he sold it to him and he's like ripping them off." And people have done videos said, "No, he ain't fucking sold it to me. I've got it off him free of charge, So they can even rip me off. I've got it free. I don't know. I've got an idea on a few other devices I want to build, but I just don't have the technical electronic knowledge to do it, kind of thing. I'll have to find out how to build a fucking like electronic portal where you can just push a button and the fucking portal opens and the ghost comes through. That'd be fucking crazy, that would. Government would be fucking like, banging on your door, kicking it down, saying, "Oh, you can't have that, you just open the fucking like portal, you're letting weird shit coming through into a dimension. No, fuck you, mate. We're confiscating that." They slam you inside for like 20 odd years so you can't develop anymore. Then they'd be fucking using it for themselves. Bastards. I know, mate. Drop me an email and I'll ask the guy if he can, do you the boards, but the chips, I don't think you would do. You might do the boards, but the chips, you're going to have to find somewhere else. Unless you can find a way of, copying that chip onto another one. But I know he said that those chips are supposed to be, encrypted and locked. And only he can, because when he does it, he puts a code in it to lock the chip to stop people copying it. But I suppose, you do a Google search, under a couple of other, companies that do them, and just say to them, "Look, I don't need a kit. Can you send me the board and the IC chip?" If they say, "Yeah," you're okay there then. Because they won't charge you for the full kit then, will they? Just say, "I don't need the components. I don't need the, the resistor, the transistors, stuff like that, because I've got that in bulk. I just need the main IC chip and the board. Would you be willing to send me the chip and the board separately on their own at a discounted price? And if so, how much will you sell it to me on a discounted price if I buy 10 or 20 or whatever you want?" And if they're willing to do that, they'll let you know. It took me several places to actually ask until I got a positive result. But I'll ask him anyway. If I still got his email, I'll have to check on my old email, see if I still got his email address. And if I have, I'll ask him. So I do need to get some more myself, actually, probably later on in the year. So I've only got one spare board which hasn't been built, and I've got 4 more pre-built ones, and that's it. But I don't know if I'm going to be needing too many more because I'm not going to be building them to sell anyway. If I'm going to be building many more, it'd be for my own personal use, I suppose. But yeah, just drop me an email and I'll see if I can get in touch with him. I need to get in touch with him anyway if I want more myself. Or what I could do, there's another way. If I do want more myself, I could probably order them for you at the same time. You give me, and I won't rip you off. I never ripped anyone off. Ian can tell you if Ian's still here. I've never ripped anyone off whatsoever. If he says that he can't do it for anyone else, then I can say, well, like, okay, can you sell me like 20 boards and 20 chips? And if he says yeah, then I can sell you half of them at the same cost, apart from adding a bit on top of the postage. So that might help you out if you can't get anyone else to do it for you. So let me know if you've had any chance of getting someone to sell it to you. If not, when I order my ones, I'll order some for you. So that's the only other way I can do it. All right, well, cheers anyway, mate. I'm going to shoot off because I've got some sorting out to do. I might have an early dinner today. I don't know yet. But yeah, just drop me an email and let me know if you have any luck within the week. And if you don't, then when I next order some myself, which could be any time, couple of weeks, couple of months. But when I order them and you ain't had no chance of getting them, I can order you the boards and the chip myself. So that way I won't have to say that, if someone else wants them. I can just say it's for myself. And it'll be okay sending me like 20, 30 boards with 20, 30 chips. But I would have to get the money off you first. Because I don't want to be stuck with 20, 30 boards and, that amount of chips. So I know I want to, I know I won't use them. I know I won't use all that lot. I only usually buy like 10 at a time. So, and that cost like a fair bit of money. So, like, how much is that? So, like £3 a board, that's 30 quid. So, yeah, you're talking about 60 quid for 10 balls and 10 chips. And I don't know, be like ordering like 20 of each, paying 120 quid. Because as you know, if you're building them yourself, you can build them for your own personal use or build them and resell them. And there is, the only thing is there is quite a few people building and selling them on eBay and on Facebook. So there's going to be a bit of a competition in the price range as well. Right, cheers anyway. I'm off and I'll catch you all later. Bye for now. In the stream.